Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome to Medical Qigong. Okay, so today we are going to review those first 4 exercises that we've been working on for the Golden 8. So we're halfway through the entire series. Let's go ahead and open up, allowing the bottoms of the feet to settle into the earth. Allowing the tip of the tongue to touch the roof of the mouth, either right behind the teeth where the roof of the mouth meets the teeth, or further back to the palate, whichever feels best for you. Breathing in and out through the nose. And then we begin our tapping with the right hand in a loose fist so that we can open up the left side of the body. And working our way up the midline of the body. Noticing any areas that may feel stuck, a little extra tender, a little extra sore. As you tap into the top of that shoulder, the meaty aspect of the shoulder, really let the arm sink towards the earth. And wipe out anything you don't need or want, letting it return back to the earth. Settling back in, maybe noticing any differences you feel between the left side of the body and the right side of the body. And then once again, tapping, this time with the left hand so we can open up the right side of the body. Tip of the tongue still touching the roof of the mouth. Traveling up that midline. And wiping out anything you don't need or want. Once again, settling into the space, seeing if you notice any differences now between the upper body and the lower body, between how it feels. And then go ahead and widen your stance by moving the left foot. Now, I'm actually going to scoot over a little bit because otherwise my feet, I think, are going to be off screen. But in this system, the left side is the yang side. So that's typically what we're going to move first. We're going to tap the inner aspect of the thighs and then up at the hip to help open up those channels in the legs. We've got those 6 channels, 3 yin and 3 yang running through the arms, and 6 more channels, 3 yin and 3 yang moving through the legs. I'll talk about that, or Henry will talk about it. Someone will talk about it more tomorrow. Or maybe today, who knows? Transitioning. Widening the stance if you like, that might make it a little easier to work your way down the inner aspect of the legs towards just above the ankle. And then coming to the outside of the legs, working your way back up. Once you reach the glutes, slide that left foot a little closer to the right, maintaining the hip width, shoulder width distance. And check in with the feet, making sure that they're parallel. If the toes are pointing out, that places more concentration, more tension on the back side of the body. If the toes are pointing in, that's going to constrict the front of the body. We want them parallel. And then continuing up to just underneath the rib cage. Placing the palms at the low back and circling down the sides and up the spine. Resting the palms at the low back, closing the eyes. Inhaling as we guide the breath and the chi to the low back, allowing it to fill up with energy. Exhaling, allowing that energy to flow to wherever it's needed within the body. As we inhale, we're using our mind's eye, our mind intention, to draw the breath and the chi in through the nose, down through the torso, meeting with the palms at the lower back, filling up those kidneys with energy. And then as you exhale, that energy flows to wherever it's needed within the body. Taking a few more breaths at your own pace. Allowing the breath to flow easily in and out of the body. Allowing the mind to come to focus on the breath. Then when you're ready, gently opening the eyes, letting the arms come back down to the sides, and closing by bringing that left foot back to the right. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with our reach for happiness, our lung and large intestine exercise. The feet are a little wider or shoulder width, hip width apart. Feet are parallel. We inhale. Exhale. In and out. Palms are facing the earth, interlacing the fingers. Inhale. If you like, coming up onto the toes. Exhale. In. And out. Floating back to the earth. Inhaling. And exhaling. In. And out. Inhaling, the gaze follows the backs of the hands all the way up to the sky. Exhaling. Inhaling. And then exhaling, the gaze returns back to neutral. Inhaling. And exhaling. In. And out. Inhaling. And exhaling. In. And out. Inhaling, trying to keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. Exhaling. In. And out. Inhaling. And exhaling. In. And out. A few more times. Working at your own pace. Trying to allow the breath to inform the movement. The movement working with the breath. And the mind relaxing into the movement and focusing on the breath. One more time. Once you've completed your last exercise, go ahead and close by bringing that left foot back to the right. And we're opening up for Archer. the heart and small intestine exercise, working with the pericardium a little wider than shoulder width, hip width apart. On an inhale, we bring the arms up in front of the chest. The left hand is on the outside, the right hand is on the inside. And we're exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. And inhaling. Exhaling as our gaze focuses on the very tip of the middle finger. Inhaling as our gaze goes to the inner wrist. Exhaling as we extend. Inhaling as we draw in. Exhaling and inhaling. And start going at your own pace. Trying to allow everything in the body to be nice and relaxed except for that claw. Allowing each movement to flow into the next. And about one more on each side. And then when you're ready, closing by bringing that left foot back to the right. Opening for between heaven and earth, our spleen and stomach exercise. Feet are hip width, shoulder width apart, a little wider is okay. Settling in. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling. The left hand is going to go all the way up into the sky, the right pressing against the earth. Exhaling. Our hands are traveling along the midline of the body to meet. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. In. This time, the right hand extends all the way up into the sky. And exhaling, flowing along the midline of the body to reach the breastbone. Inhaling. And exhaling. In and out. Inhaling and exhaling. In and out. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. In and out. Working at your own pace now. Maybe working a little slower or a little faster. Working with the breath instead of against the breath. Maybe one more time each side.
when you're ready, closing, bringing that left foot back to the right. Opening, hip width, shoulder width apart. And you turn and look back for the San Jiao system. Inhaling as the shoulders raise. Exhaling as the hands go into position. Remember that forefinger and thumb are creating an L shape, and they're hugging the contours of the hips, coming out about 2 to 4 inches away. Settling into the space, we're going to inhale as we first turn the torso. Continue inhaling as we turn the head, and then the eyes. Exhaling as we bring the eyes back, the head back, and the torso back. Inhaling now to the right. Exhaling back to the center. Inhaling. And exhaling. In. And out. Inhaling as we wrap around the center of the body. Exhaling as we unwind. Inhaling. And exhaling. And working at your own pace with your own breath. About one more time on each side. And then closing. All right, we're going to do a simpler closing today, making sure that the feet are touching at least as much as possible. Rubbing the palms together, transferring some of that chi to the palms. Allowing them to warm up a little bit, maybe, hopefully. And then we're simply going to place the palms at the lower dantian. Traditionally, men place their left hand first, right hand on top. Women place their right hand first, left hand on top. And then instead of the circles, we're simply going to hold here, closing the eyes. Tip of the tongue is still touching the roof of the mouth. And we're inhaling, guiding the breath and the chi to the lower dantian. Exhaling, allowing that chi to settle and store within the lower dantian. Inhaling, using the mind's eye, the mind's intent, to gather all the chi that you've been cultivating over the past 30 minutes or so, gathering it into the lower dantian. And exhaling, allowing that energy to settle and store. Taking a few more moments to breathe, allowing the breath to settle, allowing the mind to relax into stillness. And allowing the chi to come to rest into that lower dantian. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Happy Friday morning.